Good morning, I hope that you're doing well. I'm doing okay, but I have an exam later today, so there's just been a lot of revision going on. I am going to take a bit of a break now and work on the zine for a bit. I basically just want to start rewriting the text in like my good handwriting. I've already written like the script, but I want to rewrite it properly so then I can scan it hopefully tomorrow and add it to the zine. It's almost finished. I think one more sketch to do because I did that on my iPad and added that in and then forgot to actually like do it on paper and scan it and add it in. That shouldn't take too long, and then I need to figure out the cover, which I have a few ideas of like layouts and stuff for, but it still needs to be done. But obviously I had this exam coming up very soon, so I kind of moved all of that to like the end of today and tomorrow. But then I was meant to have my exam at 2, which would have left me with like a good amount of time to still do things this afternoon. But then turns out I'm having it at 3:30, so by the time I've done that and come home it's going to be 5, and then I have to meet up with some friends at 6:45 for dinner. So I don't really think much is going to get done today. I also have a video that I want to edit, but probably all of that is going to just happen tomorrow. So I'm just going to take a bit of a break from revising now, because I've also just reached the point where I know that I don't know everything, but I don't know what to revise anymore, and so it's just kind of pointless to keep rereading things because I'm just skimming over things. So I'm probably just going to do a final read through before I leave, like after lunch, and then take the rest of my morning to do a bit of work on the zine. So you might have noticed that I've kind of started changing the format of these vlogs a little bit because I wanted them to have a very calm and quiet vibe, and I don't know, it's just something that I wanted to experiment with. I mentioned before that I was kind of getting bored of the type of videos that I was making, and I wanted to refresh things, and I thought this would be a good point to start, and I'm really enjoying making these. But it's been really interesting trying to film for this new format and also kind of studying for exams at the same time, because I'm trying to do like 50 things at the same time. And so I realized that I've not been filming a lot, even though I don't think this video is particularly short. I just feel like I don't have as much footage as I normally used to, so it might take me a while to kind of find my foot with these, but I hope you still enjoy kind of the idea with these. And I just wanted to do a bit of a voiceover to catch you up on things. I did a lot of work on the zine this week. So I had my exam on Tuesday, which by the way, I got my results back the other day. It went well, very, very happy with that. 1 is out of the way. I have 3 more, 1 at the end of the month, which is possibly the most intense one, and I'm studying a lot for that, and it's taking up a lot of time. But I wanted to get the zine done and made, and I did a lot of work last week in order to be able to do that. And that's kind of, you know, what you're seeing right now, even though I didn't actually film a lot of it because I did a bunch of the work for it, especially things that I was doing in Procreate kind of later on at night, and I never really know how to film that. So I mostly just filmed the drawing part and not the design part, I suppose. But I'm really proud of the result that came out of it, and I ended up making both a physical version and a digital printable, because I just feel like shipping expenses are getting more and more expensive, and you know, for some people it might not be worth it to spend maybe more on the shipping than on the actual product, and I totally get it. So I wanted to make a printable version that everybody could kind of have access to as well. So those will be linked in the first comment and the description below if you want to check them out. But I just did a bunch more drawings from it. Some I ended up not using. I think the one that I'm doing right now, it didn't end up in the zine. And then there's one that I didn't film, but I'm really, really, really happy with, which is the flower drawing that ended up being on the cover. That one is one that I kind of struggled with because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the cover for a while. And then I had an idea, and I started sketching, and I did this really cool flower drawing that I'm probably going to use for something else as well at some point, or like do different iterations of that. I'd really like to paint it eventually, and you'll see in a minute that I've started working on some new painting ideas. So that was something that I was really proud of. But other than that, it was a bunch of drawing, a bunch of studying, and just a lot of like moving things around in Procreate. So then on Friday, I went home for the weekend as I normally do. Also, I finally took down my Christmas tree. Last time I left it up until the beginning of March, and I thought maybe let's not do that this year, so I took it down last week. But yeah, I just went home for the weekend. Lots and lots of cuddles with the cat, which is always priority number one. And also Saturday night was my dad's birthday, so we had a lovely dinner with some friends. And then Sunday around lunchtime, I came back to Turin because I just have a lot going on with studying and stuff, and I feel like being at home is always great, but it's my resting place, and I find it really hard to study there. So I just wanted to come back home quite early on Sunday and take my time to study a bit. And also I had this idea for some new paintings. So back during the holidays, I took some references, and I like to take references every once in a while, just photos of myself or whatever, to then use for painting. But I hadn't actually gotten around to drawing any of those, let alone painting them. So I thought I would do a bit of sketching for that, and also I wanted to play around with some colors. So you might have seen, I've not shared the full video here on YouTube yet because the painting is not finished. But back in the holidays as well, I started working on an A2 oil painting that I'm really, really proud of. And I cannot wait to share the finished result and the full process once it's done. But I did this sort of textured, loose, kind of abstract background, which isn't exactly white, but it has a lot of very light pastel colors kind of mixing together. And so I wanted to do a few different iterations of that and play around with that. And I thought I had some A5 primed panels laying around, and I thought I might just paint these. So I did 3 different versions of kind of this type of background that was really fun to work on. And then I moved to doing some actual drawings from those references, and I actually really like the way that these drawings came out, and I'm really curious to see what they will end up looking like as paintings. So my idea was to just sketch a few poses and find the one that I liked the most, but I really liked all of these, and so I think I might turn it into like a small series of paintings. We'll see, we'll see where this goes, and I'll keep you updated in videos. But I'm really excited for it, and I think, it's kind of gonna be the next project. So I hope you're doing well. We're kind of reaching the end of the video, so I hope you're doing well. I wish you a very nice week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. Bye.